Hey guys, welcome to a Grilling with Gryba quick clip. I am doing Japanese caribou kebabs today. This is a great recipe that can be used for any dark wild game, beef, bison, any red meat like that. This is a recipe that can do it all. So I'm gonna show you step by step how I do my Japanese caribou kebabs. So we're gonna use diced onion, 2 full diced onions. We have our onions in there. Next, we're gonna do 4 cloves of crushed garlic. What I like to do is use my knife, press down, and from there, you can dice it up into smaller pieces. Next thing that's gonna go into the base for the marinade is fresh ginger. This fresh ginger is really gonna complement the wasabi that's gonna go in shortly. And we're gonna use approximately a tablespoon of fresh ginger. Next thing going into our marinade is Sambal oelek, which is a chili garlic paste. Be found at any store. This is gonna give it a little bit of spice, a little bit of kick. Next we have is a tablespoon of dry mustard. Throw that in there. Next I'm gonna put in is a tube of wasabi. You can put in 2 tubes if you want, and don't be afraid to do that because a lot of times this marinade will not pick up the wasabi as much as you think it's going to. It's not gonna be nearly as spicy. So I'll throw in some wasabi. Next is 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire, Worcester, whatever it is. 2 tablespoons of this is gonna go in. Next, we're gonna put in 3 tablespoons of rice vinegar. This rice vinegar is gonna give it a little bit of tang, a little bit of bite, and you're really gonna enjoy this. Throw that in. All right, we're gonna put in half a cup of sesame oil. Sesame oil has a higher burning temperature, so when you're grilling red meats and you wanna have that charred on the outside, using this is not gonna make it charred too much. So a little bit of sesame oil. Okay, and that sesame oil, to clarify, is normal cooking sesame oil. If you use Asian sesame oil, it is going to be way too strong. So use normal cooking sesame oil. I can't stress that one enough. I've made that mistake in the past. To give it a little bit of sweetness, we're gonna use some maple syrup. This can be to taste. How sweet you want it is how much you're gonna put in. I like to put in about half a cup. Next, we're gonna put in 2 tablespoons of ground pepper. And we're using 4 peppercorn ground pepper here. And then we're gonna do, because we have soy sauce, I'm only gonna put a tablespoon of salt in here. You can always add salt, but you can never take salt away. So be very careful over salting your marinades. So we have that there. Next, I'm gonna cut up my caribou. So I'm going to just cut the meat around the bone. I don't usually use steak for kebabs, but it's your lucky day. Or actually, no, it's my lucky day because I get to eat it. Bones. As you can tell here, caribou meat is very, very red. And that is because it has such a high iron content. It's gonna show up even more when it's cooked. It's gonna have a very, very red center. That's why I recommend using a meat thermometer, because it can be misleading and you think you haven't cooked it enough because of the red center and the iron content in the meat, but you've actually cooked enough. So you can sometimes overcook caribou because you think it's not cooked enough because of the redness of the meat. So use a thermometer. We're gonna cut these into approximately 1-inch cubes so they can be skewered after they come out of the marinade. And having a consistency in the cubes is huge, especially with red meat, because you want to have them all cooked the same. You don't want big pieces that are undercooked and little pieces that are overcooked. So here now we have 1-inch cubes of caribou meat. We're gonna throw it in the marinade. I'm gonna mix up these ingredients really, really well because you have ingredients such as wasabi and that grated ginger that can sometimes get stuck in select pockets and select areas. So you wanna make sure it's mixed up very, very well so you're getting a consistency throughout. Okay, that looks good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna seal this up. I'm gonna throw this in the fridge overnight and it's gonna be ready to grill tomorrow. What you can also use is a Ziploc bag. I just prefer to use these sealable containers, but it's a personal preference. Anyway, I'll see you at the grill. All right, guys, we have our Japanese style Caribou Kebabs. These have been marinated overnight in the fridge. I'm gonna throw these on the grill at 375 for approximately 15 minutes. I wanna hit that internal temperature of 145. I'm gonna treat this just like I would steak. So I want medium rare in the middle. I want a charred outside. I'm gonna throw these on the grill right now, and I'll show you inside what it looks like. Our Japanese caribou kebabs are off the grill, done to perfection. I would say obviously, but I've screwed up enough dishes where it is not obvious. These smell incredible. Again, this is a recipe that can be used on several types of red meat in terms of bison, beef, caribou, venison, whatever you want. This is a fantastic recipe. So this is gonna be fresh off the skewer. There we go, nice and tender. And there you have it, folks, a wonderful caribou dish that can be served to anybody. And try and have somebody tell you that that is wild game. It could fool just about anybody. I appreciate all you watching. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter to follow all the cool stuff that I'm doing. I also have a lot of these recipes on ericrabbit.com. Thanks for watching.